Hey guys, it's generally random life here. I guess this is gonna be like a sort of review I'll take on a device I got recently. More like a Wi-Fi, whatever. So today I'm talking about the T-Mobile internet. Um, I would show it off, but all right, my room's a little messy and all right now, but yeah, cons basically if you go into a T-Mobile store, it's T-Mobile internet, their own internet that goes on off of you know their cellular internet. Uh, it's a to me a big chunky white box. If you go into their store like I did, you can see it right off. Basically, I saw it in the middle of the store. Anyway, so the story goes, my mom needed a new phone to be able to access her banking information, to get all her latest apps and stuff, and she dropped her phone, which was, I think, like Moto G stylus that she got a couple of years ago before we actually switched to T-Mobile themselves. We actually were with Metro by T-Mobile, and I was happy with them. I didn't have a problem really with them at all or whatever. I'm actually recording this on the phone I had uh, with Metro, which, like I said, I got from Metro. For however much the device cost at the time, I don't know if it changed price during the period that I got it. And now I got it like 9 months ago, back in like February or however long ago it was. That's honestly not my point. But I'm going to try to do this all in one take. I'm not honestly really good at editing, but that's not like I said, the point of this video. Anyway, this is sort of like a venting video a little bit, and I'm gonna really put any blame on anybody except maybe, these two guys that I got the phones from Walmart, which keyword here is salesman. They were basically salesmen. So what I did, because the battery in her phone, my mom's phone, started to expand, and the back of the phone started to come off because a portion of the battery somehow started to expand, popping and cracking off the back and at the back of the phone, and you could see where it, you know, was starting to swell up, which of course is not a good thing. It could be a fire hazard, etc., etc. So fast forward about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago, uh, we had to get a new tire, so we took it to Walmart because the guy who we I think it was actually a day or two after Thanksgiving. The guy we usually go to was closed or something because he was in answer his phone for whatever reason. I don't know. So we figured that, hey, he must be closed or whatever reason it may be. So we decided to call Walmart. We got a decent price. It ended up costing $160, $170 to do to replace a tire, to do an alignment or whatever they have to do after they replace a tire. Um, so it took them about a couple hours. or whatnot. And so, we figured we'd shop around while they were doing it, and that's one of the things we actually were doing at Walmart is actually looking at a phone. Now, originally, she was just gonna get a phone for Metro. We weren't planning on switching or anything like this. I ain't blaming my, mother for this at all because, I mean, it was a good deal, I guess. In retrospect, it was a little too good to be true. But so we got the same exact phone, whatnot. Change part is the my phone that I'm recording off now, which is like I said, the Moto G. Uh, yeah, the Moto G, whatever. I think that's actually what's called Moto G 2025. So we got the same phone, whatever. I had to get a new phone because the battery, not the battery, but it was locked for a year. And the guy told me that, the quote unquote salesman, and he was a salesman. And he was right in a way because I did try to unlock it. I don't know if I had to consistently keep paying them. Spoiler alert, I'm basically dirt poor. But that's not what the point of this video is. I looked it up itself, and for whatever reason, I did. This was even before I got the new phone. I did say that we had to have it for, or I did have to have it activated for a year for whatever reason, because that's not how Metro used to do it. I don't know if they updated the terms of features, but whenever I would go into the settings and try to like unlock it, it would say, "Oh, even before I try to unlock it, it would say, oh yeah, yeah, you can do it like after 180 days." And I knew it was obviously, you know, past that. It was already past 180 days or whatever amount of time they given. Um, so and I did pay them, you know, basically consecutively each every month. Uh, and they wouldn't do it, and I did actually look it up, or it gave me a website or whatever I link to look it up. So I had to get a new phone, whatever. It's all good. Same device as my mom got, the same device I'm recording off of, which is, like I said, the Moto G 2025. Now, that's not a big deal to me having, honestly, getting the same device as I did because it's like a newer, fresher phone already. I mean, the one I'm using right now, it's a bit beat up. But I mean, it doesn't have a cracked screen, but or whatever. But still, I mean, I'll use it to record videos like this. Feel like I upload on YouTube. I know I haven't been uploading that much, but uh, maybe I'll hopefully change in the near future. So, the guy convinced us to, hey, just switch to Metro, not Metro, but to T-Mobile for whatever reason, because I mean, you do have to pay off, like, if we did get those two phones, we would have to pay more likely the full price of the phone uh, for both of phones. So I think we're actually paying them off or whatever. They cost like 30 some dollars each right down there or whatever. So the first part that really made me mad per se was like where they lie, and this is why you can't trust salesmen, is that they said, because we had internet with Metro or their own Wi-Fi um, you know, uh, router. And I like the thing. I didn't have much issues with it at all. But they said that, oh yeah, you can still use it even if we switch you over to T-Mobile, which is absolutely incorrect. We only had two lines with Metro, three technically, with the internet, because that has obviously has its own phone number since it is, connected to a cellular tower. And so they're like, yeah, you can still use the that internet, your internet from Metro as long as you pay it. And thing is, after we got the phones and whatever, they were activated and whatnot, we got home and come to see that it wasn't working. Now, at the time, I should have known. I should have said, let's not do this. Let's just wait. Let's just figure something else. I should have talked with my mom about it because I just had a gut feeling that something wasn't exactly right. Especially saying it with one of the guys, they're saying, "Oh yeah, this guy right here who was actually working with us at the moment. Yeah, this guy's the best salesman at Walmart that we have in the store." And hopefully I don't get in any trouble for, you know, legally for saying this, these things about the guy or whatever. Um, but I mean, I'm not giving out any names. Hell, I don't even remember the names. So, at this point when I got home, I got mad. I really I'm like, I I was like, I knew it, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. So luckily, in that same shopping center uh, that we go to, where Walmart is, there is a T-Mobile store. They're still open. This was like at around 4 or 5 p.m. when we went up there, and they closed at 8. And funny thing is, the guy said that they said that they're gonna call and say that we were coming over, which obviously was a load of bull because they never did. Because either I or my mother said something about it, and there's two employees there. Two, and they're perfectly fine. They didn't give us really any problems. They explained it to us and everything else, and and whatnot, and yeah, they said, yeah, there's guys in the call. That's salesman for you. Whoever's watching this video, take it from me. Trust me on this. You can trust me on one thing. Never trust a salesman because they are full of it. And they are. Um, so we ended up getting uh, Wi-Fi from them since, we basically have YouTube TV and and I wasn't happy with them. Neither was my mom over the whole Disney and Google dispute that they had. But that doesn't actually make me as mad as this, of course, because we had that for a while, and we could switch to something else. Like, I don't know, we could just switch to just you know uh streaming services. But like I said, it's not the point of this video. So we get the box, get home. I try to set it up. I already got mad because it's like maybe I should have done it from my mother's phone to begin with, because like it would say like, okay, enter the phone number on the router, and it would, and it would not go through. And so I just left it alone. It actually did connect to itself, actually activated and everything else, and we could start watching stuff and this and that. And I didn't even really need to set it up anyway, even though I think one of the guys down there said I did. I don't know. Actually, I don't remember. Apparently, you got a 2 week free trial with it, but yeah. Anyway, so far it's not been great. Devices I would have my devices disconnect here and there. Uh, like my phone, for example, would disconnect. I mean, it does include two Ethernet ports. Sorry, excuse me, Ethernet ports on the back, just like the other one did. On the back and whatever else. And the first night we had it, it was sort of laggy with, especially having a device downstairs. Normally, I do keep it in my room, which isn't the best place since where I live, but it works, or at least the other one did, and it seems to be working all right, you know, quality wise, quote unquote. But I would notice, let me mute this real quick, just so it doesn't activate, that my Alexa devices, I had trouble connecting them at first. Eventually, I did get them connected. I would have, today I had issues with it a bit with checking the weather. Just like go for a while, just see if it was just an Amazon problem with their servers or whatnot. I was actually able to play 4K video, excuse me, off of my Xbox. So, you know, but so far it hasn't been great. I'm gonna have to give it more time, and if it continues to do what it does, then it's just gonna like we're gonna have to try to figure out something else, because if we don't, then we're gonna be ending up with some device that doesn't really work, and we can't really get internet the way I that we had before, and we may end up having to somehow manage to switch back to Metro, unfortunately. Now, one thing about T-Mobile that's good, I guess, is that it does prioritize their customers that on their specific, you know, with T-Mobile over like Metro, and I guess whatever else prepaid service they own. I don't know if they own Cricket Wireless or not, but whoever else they own, they prioritize their own customers over themselves. Over their, I mean, these are their carriers. So at the end of the day, it just is what it is. So yeah, that's something I just wanted to vent and get out. This is just my initial thoughts about it, and so it is what it is. So yeah. So if this video does ever get posted to YouTube, I'll catch you later and catch you in the next video. See you later. Peace out.